Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Analytic Solver platform to run a simple simulation. We are going to use the Newsboy problem as the base for our simulation. So here the situation is the following. We have a newsboy that has to decide how many units to stock at the beginning of the day. So first we have some input information, so we know that the unit cost for the supplier, from the supplier, is $6. The selling price is $11.99. The return credit from the supplier, so this is for any unsold unit at the end of the day, is 3. And the demand follows a Poisson distribution with mean 70. The actual demand is unknown, but we have some information about that distribution. Now, if demand is 70, and we pretend that on a particular day demand is 70, we're going to calculate what is the profit if he has in stock 70 units. So in that particular case, the sales is going to be the minimum between those two numbers, and in this case they're equal. There are not going to be any returns. The revenue is going to be based on the number of units sold times the selling price. The cost of the goods is the stocking level, the number of units that he bought, times the cost from the supplier. Return credit in this case is 0 because they're not extra units at the end of the day. And then finally we have the profit. Okay. So this is a live model in the sense that if we change demand, also in a particular day, demand instead of 70 is 60, all the values are updated by themselves. Here we have the sales now, instead of 70, it's just 60 because we had only demand for 60. We have to return 10. And then we have the revenue, the cost, and then we do get a return credit and the profit. If on the other hand, demand is 80, the maximum number of units sold is 70, there are no returns, and here we have the profit. Okay? So what we'd like to do is simulate different days following this demand that has a Poisson distribution, and getting information about the distribution of the profit. So in Resolver, first of all, we're going to highlight demand. We go to Resolver. And we have distributions. And here, Resolver has a very nice broad set of different distributions that we can pick from. So there are continuous distribution, advanced distribution, exotic distributions, and then we have discrete distribution here because we're talking about quantity in terms of number of magazines or newspapers that he's selling, and we're using a discrete, and it's going to be Poisson. So Poisson, save. If I look now in the function, what I have is I have this Poisson distribution function, but it has as an input the number 1. Then is the mean, and the mean is not 1. I know that the mean is 70, so I'm going to put a reference to 70. Enter. So when I did enter, what it does is it simulated demand for a particular day, so 59 in this case. If I click again, it's going to give me another number, and if you are following along, probably you have different numbers as well. Now I need to identify the output, and in this case is profit, so I'll go highlight profit, then go to Risk Solver and click on Results. That's it. Now Solver knows that it needs to keep track of the number that is here being calculated for profit. So that's my output. It added also, if you check, it appended this output function at the end. Now I'm ready to run the simulation, and there are different ways that I can access that. I like coming to Resolver and just hitting the simulate icon. And when I do that, I get the results. So what I see here is the distribution of profit, and I can see that it's very skewed to the left. It has sort of like a maximum at 419.3. If I look here at the statistics, I have that information there. I can see what is the actual mean profit. I can see what is the standard deviation. And I can explore this output to understand better what the uncertainty or the risk in this business is. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or contact me. Thank you.